Angel, and tonight I'm refuting Jeffrey Barber's claim of fact that stated areas like the Great Pacific Garbage Patch are more dangerous to the planet than global warming is. I agree with Jeffrey's claim, but he lacks evidence and credible sources to support the propositions. He relies on explanations. His three secondary claims were: number one, Trash Island is increasing the number of illnesses among all age groups. Number two, Trash Island is damaging the ocean population rapidly. And number three, Trash Island is increasing without any plan to address it. I will present statistical evidence and credible sources that can improve this argument. So his first claim, that was Trash Island is increasing the number of illnesses among all age groups. I found that some of this claim lacks citations and credible sources. So, according to scientists from Scripps Institution of Oceanography at UC San Diego, nearly 1 out of 10 fishes collected in the Pacific Ocean have plastic in their system. He also mentioned that chemicals run down in the food chain because the fish eat these plastics. So there was a case study back in 2012 done by the Department of Earth scientists from Montana State University, and they found direct toxicity from plastics comes from lead, cadmium, and mercury. These toxins have also been found in many fishes in the ocean, which is very dangerous for humans. DEHP is contained in many plastics and is found to be directly linked to cancers, birth defects, immune system problems, and child development issues. So you can see how it will go down the food chain, because these fish eat the plastic with all these chemicals, and then the other, like bigger fish eat them, and then eventually we end up eating fish that have like all these toxins inside of them. His second claim, which was Trash Island is damaging the ocean animal population rapidly, there were no citations. So I found his information, and I found that Catherine Kilduff, who has a Master's of Science and Bachelor's of Degree in Ecology and Evolutionary Biology, her and other scientists found that sea turtles mistake floating plastic garbage for food. While plastic bags are the most commonly ingested item, loggerhead sea turtles have been found with soft plastics in their stomachs. Ingestion of plastic can lead to blockage in the gut, ulceration, internal perforation, and death. Turtles may also suffer from false sensations or slow reproduction. So it only not affects humans, but it affects all these sea animals, as well, especially the loggerhead sea turtle. His third point was that Trash Island is increasing without any plan to address it. This claim wasn't really like much of a quote. It was a bunch of paraphrasing, but there were facts. Like the Trash Island is almost as big as the size of Texas. So that one was just paraphrasing, and I would just like change it or something. And so wrapping it up, I do agree with Jeffrey's major claim that areas like the Great Pacific Garbage Patch are more dangerous to the planet than global warming is, but I found some flaws, and I hope with the evidence I found, I made it stronger.
That's good. All right, Angel, let's start with the good stuff, which is it's well organized, it's easy to follow, you did good research on the subject matter. Now let's get to the thing that's the elephant in the room. This is not an argument. We talked about defining what an argument was the first couple of nights in class. In essence, there's no dispute. Both sides agree. This is something that's bad. It's something that's harmful and nobody's doing anything about it. So why are we having this conversation? I don't know what the point of your answer is. Why don't you just stand up and say, damn right, and then sit down? You know, I probably have used the example before, you know, the comparison to the defense attorney. The defense attorney doesn't want to stand up when the prosecution's presented an inadequate argument and say, I'm sorry, you didn't prove my client guilty. Here's the evidence that proves my client guilty. That's not what we're looking for in this particular situation. You want to explain. If you thought that he didn't do a good job of presenting an argument, that's what you want to explain and say, there's no evidence presented that supports this particular point. He's making a broad generalization without any particular proof. You know, we don't have any references to, we can't evaluate the quality of any of this information. That would be fine. But making a better argument is not really a refutation of the advocate's point. And in fact, there's no argument anymore because you've essentially agreed. So I think that's the big problem in the presentation. All right, thank you.